I'm glad to hear that. First of all, congratulations on your guys' new series. I've been able to watch a few of the episodes. It's so good. And the three of you, the
Thank you.
chemistry between all four of you is absolutely amazing. So tell me a little bit about that, how you guys managed, especially during time of COVID, you guys were able to create that kind of like friendship bond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They didn't let us meet.
That's
At
true.
first. Like,
Yeah.
we weren't allowed to contact each other on anything. No text, no social media.
until we met in person. They wanted it to be a true meet and greet when,
Yeah.
when we all arrived on set. And so we bonded just like the girls do on the show.
Yeah.
Because we started out with this blank slate, and as we filmed the scenes and got to know each other on screen, we formed our connections.
Yeah, it definitely
off
feels
screen
like
as well.
it definitely feels like as the characters got to know each other more, we got to know each other as actors and friends more.
Yeah.
And for you guys' audition process, what even drew you guys to even auditioning for these roles?
I like when you get the audition, there's a little synopsis at the bottom, and it was the time travel that hooked me in. It was the action, and I thought Tiff's bio was really, really cool. And then I was like, oh, this is a comic book. I love comic books. And and I just thought it would be really cool to be Tiff, and I got the opportunity to, and I'm really, really glad that it worked out.
Yeah. Well, after my first audition and I knew it was a comic book, I read the comics, and that just made it that much more of something I wanted for me. I loved the color palette, and I loved the story and the realness of the characters.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be a part of the project so badly after reading the books.
Yeah, my audition process was very similar to Fina's. After reading the comic book for the first time, I became a huge fan of it myself, and I think the fans will be satisfied as well as pleasantly surprised with the show.
What were your guys' reactions when you found out you got the roles?
Mine's kind of funny because I was cleaning my room and I had an inkling because when my mom came up to tell me, she had just been downstairs and she was screaming in like happiness. She was like, ah! And then I'm like, I have because then my dad came up with the camera in his hand and my mom had all my agents on the phone and I'm like, I have a feeling that I got it. But that was how I found out and I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. Our audition process was so long. My first audition was early September, and I found out I got the role on January 7th. And it was just this crazy long process. And I think when I first found out I got it, it was just this like relief that this whole thing was over, and I was like, oh my god, that's great. I had wanted it for so long, and it was I when I found out I said, really? Yay.
Exactly like that?
Yeah, just like that. So I was just sort of like, oh man, finally. That's great.
Yeah. I think for me, I was just in a long state of disbelief until I actually met them for the first time. I was like, oh, okay, this is real. It took a while for it all to sink in, and I was just so happy because, like Fina, it was just something I've wanted for so long.
And then for how much preparation, because you guys all said that you at some point had to read the comic book or the comic books on it. So after you guys got the roles, did they send you even more comic books? Be like, okay, well, now you have to start doing more research on your character so you're prepared.
Well, we worked with our director, our lead director, Georgie Davies, for 2 weeks before we started filming, where it was all about the development of our characters, and we used a lot of the source material from the comics to help build our characters, but a lot of it was just, we didn't do as much research on other things. It was mostly the comics and then who we thought our characters were. Yeah. And so we would write like daily routines of what would KJ do, and that helped us, create these people on screen.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I remember like going in and she gave us notebooks with like our characters' names on them. And like she gave me this task that was like write her favorite songs, write her top 3 favorite things. And then I remember she had us create like backstories.
Yeah.
And I feel like that helped all of us with like who we were and how we all like worked together.
Yeah, and I think our crew did a really good job with transporting us into the different time periods we go to, and I feel like we all just worked together really well, and we played off We played off.
And then for my final question for you guys, because there's a lot of time traveling in this. What time, without spoiling anything, which was your favorite place to travel to?
That's a good question.
Place or time?
Time.
8 p.m.
That's how can
I thought the 80s were pretty fun. I know that's boring because it's where we start, but I liked the 80s. I liked the tube socks and the Walkman.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was all of it was just.
I was a fan of the one where we were like, we landed at like 4 or 5 in the morning or something.
Let's just say it was a party. It was kind of a party.
It was a party.
Yeah.
That was my favorite by far.
Well, thank you, ladies. Like I said, congratulations. I really cannot wait for people to see this show. And you guys are so far so good at it. So
Thank you.
Thank you
so much. Bye.
Have a good day.